Ordinary dump site, turntable transit corridor, yep. Up we go.
You mentioned a poem last time we talked. By Thomas Zane?
Yes. Beyond the shadow you settle for, there's a miracle illuminated.
I looked the poem up. Only I couldn't find any poet by that name. I did find a European filmmaker who moved here in the 60s, named Thomas Zane.
What? I don't...
No matter. It suits you very well. The poem. How you see things. Maybe you wrote it yourself?
I didn't.
No matter. You've said a few times that you feel like there's a piece of you
who
missing.
Thomas Zane was.
Can we talk about that?
Okay. Yeah, it's this... I feel an emptiness, a yearning for something that I think I lost.
It's natural for you to feel that way. Your brother and your parents are dead.
No. No. Dylan's not dead. And that's not even it.
You're referring to the imaginary friend from your childhood?
Polaris. She's come back. After a long time, she's calling me. In a dream I saw, she showed me things.
Jesse.
It felt more real than anything. As real as what happened in Ordinary.
The industrial accident in your hometown? That you believe Polaris caused?
No, it wasn't an accident. There was no industrial accident, and Polaris didn't cause it. She saved me and Dylan.
Jesse...
No! It was a cover-up. The government knows about it. There were agents there. Agents from... I don't know exactly, but they took Dylan. I'll find them. I won't stop looking. Polaris wants me to go to New York. There's a building there. I have to leave soon. I have to be there at a very specific time. Something hugely important is going to happen.
Jesse, you know we can't let you go until you're well. And that begins by understanding what's real and what's imagined.
I think Thomas Zane is from Alan Wake. I want to say Thomas Zane was the guy who owned the cabin that Alan Wake stays in. I believe, anyway. I'm gonna have to replay that again. Ordinary dump. Why would they...
He moved the whole landfill here in the middle of New York, and nobody saw a thing. Pretty unbelievable.
How the fuck did they pull that off? By order of Darling, all work in the ordinary dump is to stop effective immediately. Resources will be allocated to the blank department. Deeds will be forthcoming. This area will be sealed at the end of the month. Please remove all personal effects before that time. Any photographic slides using the slide projector found in the area should be delivered to Dr. Dying immediately. Ah, fuck it. Well, I'll read the work chat while I'm already here. See your creepy teeth delivery and raise you a dead dog. Yeah, like straight up deceased dog. Had a collar on it and everything. It'd be rotting in that box since they packed it up. Go ahead and imagine how that smelled. So don't go whining to me. Otherwise I got to watch a parade of human teeth. Work chat to teeth. Guess who just had to inspect an inbound delivery of like 100 teensy tiny little boxes? Me, that's who. And you know what was inside each one? A single human tooth. Fucking gross. Globe supplements. Wolf Globe. The item was found at the penthouse suite at Blank, Toronto, belonging to David Wolf, who had been investigating for illegally dealing in altar materials. Your agents raided his penthouse and found numerous power natural belongings, including Blank and this item. Wolf was arrested. So why would a 36-year-old Bay Street investment trader, filthy rich, married to a model, disappear overnight? That's the question that's kept Toronto high society up at night this past week. Police say it's being looked into. Some nutjob radio show in the States claims he disappeared to join the Illuminati. But it's the reporter's opinion that Mr. Wolf, bored of his job, sick of his family, left it all behind to retire to some remote beach paradise. Now he's sipping Mai Tais while the world thinks he's dead. Wonder if I have to do anything up here. Yeah. Dealt with, it should be slightly easier to deal with everything else down here. Don't know why the guns use that on the enemies which explode. Whiteboard fucker. Health, please. Thank you very much. Enemies that are float up. Really? All the way up there? Come on. Oh, you're a big one. Come on. Let's try this. Grab him with that health.
We should check that lab.
Bonk. You can go right over there. So I saw somewhere in here there was a thing I could pick up. Album cover. Reaper. Oh, Gods of Asgard. Yep. That's the like this. It's like a rock duo of two like old men. And they are from Alan Wake. And they are, I believe, involved in a now rather famous musical routine from Alan Wake 2. I've incidentally not played Alan Wake 2 yet. Let me guess. That's progress. Let's go in the lab first. Okay. Lots and lots of these again. I don't want that one. I wanted that one. Let's declare some of this out. Wow, I have so many of these. Just clear this out again. So many of them that I don't need all of this.
Effective immediately. I'm setting up a new department. Dimensional research in the research sector. Transferring the slide projector there. That's where my focus will be now. The ordinary site remains as is. We'll be back to... I don't know when.
Darling took the projector to the research sector. He dedicated a whole area to it, so he knew it was important. Dimensional research. That's where we go next.
Face of the enemy. Dark place there. Fucker is still zooming around. Wake out with that. Sterling ore. So what are these new missions that I got? Assets. Astral blip. So what was it I got? So his executive. Finish tango search for the slide protector and dimensional research. The enemy within, investigate the safe room. Old friend, self-reflection. A dark place. Investigate the sector elevator. Huh. Can I get to an ore? Or fuck, what's it called? Control node. And then I should be able to fast travel. Okay, that's normal. Is it supposed to look like this? Or is this a glitch? Well, there's enemies here, so that's a good sign. Come back here. Let's actually... Something tells me that's a bug. Ooh, well, astral construct. What's this? Weapon forms. Abilities. Something useful I really wanted. I think the launch thing was going to be good. Because I use launch a lot. It's everything. That's where I am. Central Executive. Let's see what they've got for me there.
I need the containment protocols for every altered item or object of power with an audio-related effect.
I'll send a team to contact Langston and get that information, sir. If yes, why?
Man, I never thought I'd be working in the executive sector. Look at me now, Ma.
I have to go.
You're not the only one who's busy, you know.
So what were my... There's also self-reflection. Let's go for that quickly. Actually, no. We will do the... We will do a dark place.
Best of luck.
Where is the... Vector elevator?
Darkness engulfed the elevator. There was something there, reaching for her, trying to make her act.
That's
It
our
was a
white.
distress call. Phaeton sensed a drowning man, a hunger in the dark. Investigation sector.
Investigation sector, huh? We should check this out.
Okay. I believe this might be the DLC area.
Hello? Anyone here?
Guess not.
Missing agents, eh? Here's the latest agents confirmed missing, presumed dead, from the containment breach yesterday. All list of names. Letters of condolence will be delivered to you to sign. Prior to sending them to their families, you'll be updated as soon as additional confirmations are made. Also, per your request, a network engineer checked how many cases were backed up digitally. Unfortunately, a large number of the active investigations were not yet archived and only had hard copies of reports. Find the existing fire break. They're lost, I'm afraid. Hotline, eh? Wake.
Darkness engulfed the elevator. There was something there. A presence. Jesse Faden could hear it. A call. It was faint, reaching for her from a dark place. Faden was sensitive to visitations. She had them all the time. From her guiding star and the previous director. She was the perfect receiver. As if she'd been made for this. Faden paused to feel it. The force at play here. It was changing things around her, subtle, trying to make her act. Faden didn't like that. Her guide felt it too. Polaris didn't flare up in defense as with the hiss, so it wasn't all bad. Not a hostile transmission. It was powerful, but it was coming from far away, and made weak because of the distance. It was a distress call. Faden sensed a drowning man, a man desperate to escape. She sensed something else too. A hunger in the dark, not unlike the hostile resonance, waiting. She knew that desperate acts can have grim consequences. It was this, more than the man's despair, that made her follow the call. The elevator lights winked back on. The darkness receded like a memory. There was a new button on the elevator control panel. Investigation Sector. Faden pressed the button. The elevator doors slid shut with practiced bravado.
Descent, eh? You have heard it wrong. Such fake news. The board is A-OK, intact. Rebel faction descent is former fired. The crisis purge is over. This is not a matter / worry for you. You can help. Hang on, please. Did I miss some of these?
Seems a lot more crowded than the rest of the Bureau.
Oh, so much literature. On investigation, per authorization from Mr. Kirkland, internal investigation was launched is the ethical practice of Dr. Casper Darling, head of research, despite the accounts of Anonymous regarding inhumane treatment of blank, currently housed in the Bureau. Our official findings regarding this were inconclusive. Numerous obstacles arose during this investigation. The majority of the blank sector personnel seemed to be wholly unaware of any such contained there. One blank confirmed that the code name to be blank, but all files pertaining to the name were inaccessible, being classified under the highest clearance. Investigators were similarly blocked from entering the blank, further research wing to investigate its staff. The matter further complicated by the lack of clarity on whether or not human paranatural entities warranted humane treatment. While this investigation cannot be addressed, any charges against Dr. Darling we are due to recommend investigation into blank research. Okay. Case inquiry. A request came from the FBI agent asking for all our files on Bright Falls, especially on the disappearance of the author Alan Wake. Per the interagency information exchange agreements, I had some paper pushers gather up a folder of all pre-approved files. Don't worry, all the inappropriate material is either missing or redacted. I'm writing to let you know that we received this request from a special agent named Alex Casey. Sounds familiar, right? That's because Alex Casey is the name of the fictional detective in those hard-boiled crime books Alan Wake wrote. Pretty interesting that the FBI agent sharing a name with the most famous character Wake wrote is looking into the case dealing with a writer's fiction coming true. I think this is worth a look into, but what's your opinion? I believe Alex Casey is also meant to be the stand-in for Max Payne. I believe. Yeah, Rover Knights. It's really dark in here, good grief. Whoa, hello. Firebreak Sector Head Office. Oh, this is a big area. Letter to whom my concern is with great anger and regret that I tender my resignation as head of the investigation to the Federal Bureau of Control. I do this in process of the rampant disregard for my department. Blank, my staff cannot continue to work in these conditions. Previous requests and orders have fallen on deaf ears, so I must now allow my actions to speak louder than my words ever could. I blame this situation on our Blank, who has routinely ignored my request for assistance in reclaiming the parts of the investigation set to lost to the Blank. A loose inside. I will never forget the screams of brave agents begging for us to open that firebreak. I will carry that shame for the rest of my days. The Blank has failed its agent. I shall never forgive him for that. Staffing issues. Yes, there's an increase in ore cases, and yes, it would be a good idea to put together a special task force to examine exactly why that is. However, it seems that the tiny little detail has slipped through the cracks. We don't have the damn staff. If expected to detect, investigate, and process AWE cases, you need to give us more people. It's simple math. Between the staff we'd lost in the Hartman thing and the ones who left for other departments after Kirkland quit, we're barely managing to keep up with the workload. Hell, just filing the paperwork for all the altered items we left behind in the sector has been an ordeal. Another thing, and this is going to sound paradoxical, but we have an overcrowding situation. This lobby isn't meant to accommodate a whole sector's worth of staff. We put forward a motion to move investigations to a more suitable location months ago. It better not still be sitting on your desk. The people are getting restless, and as Kirkland's interim replacement, it's your job to handle it. Good grief, track to someone. 30-year-old man found Dylan's property per police report remains obtained from coroner's office. Also include blood, urine, bile, stomach contents, and bone fragments. Blunt force injuries head, lacerations left ear cheek, blunt force injuries extremities, dislocation right knee. Complete avulsion of the right upper extremity with associated fracture proximal right humerus. Extensive trauma abdominal region. A complete avulsion to multiple organs, including stomach, heart, liver, pancreas, kidneys, and portions of the large and small intestine, all missing from scene. Conclusion is, in my opinion, that Mr. Brewer's death is not the result of a mechanical accident, as claimed by authorities. The removal of organs is consistent with an animal attack. Okay. Oh, so much bloody... Oh. Okay, this is the last one. There's so much fucking reading. Oh. Take a long time. Hang on. Ay, ay, ay. To Chief Investigator Dennis, it happened again. Third time this year. Something certainly has it out for our Blank. Could be raccoons. The locals certainly complain about them enough. But why the hell would raccoons keep going after our monitoring station? Doesn't add up. Anyway, I've got a bureau tech going to the site next week to take a look. Next to the list of recurring problems is the staff of the Lake House Research Station. How am I supposed to effectively keep an eye on Blank Lake if they won't let me see any data? Hell, I don't even know what they're researching out there. We need to petition them again to share their info with investigations agents. It's only a matter of time before this blank hits again, and I want to be prepared. Anyway, if anyone at HQ asks why the Bright Falls report is a little thin this month, tell them it's because we couldn't take any reading. In the meantime, I might investigate some raccoon traps. Yeah, Bright Falls is where the Alan Wake is. Oh, good grief. Underhill back. Oh, I'm not reading all of this right now. French official warning. So, no, it's a diver's bell that the I was gonna say that's the helmet that buttons, yeah, the helmet that I can't word. Basically, in Alan Wake, the guy, I think it's that Zane fellow. He sort of shows up in the form of a diver. For a minute there, I thought that was. How much is there in here?
It's not working. Probably a loose power core somewhere. There. Now that gate should open.
Ooh, what lights?
I'm no detective, but something definitely happened here.